All right, last day. What y'all want to talk about?
Well, what are some of the biggest things that you're looking to see on Saturday?
Oh man, just a good competitive game, and really just kind of, we've got some guys that have had really good springs, and I'd like to see them kind of carry that over into that environment. We've got a lot of guys that have really had to play much bigger roles this spring than maybe they have in the past, and then you split the team. With 20 scholarship guys unavailable, it gets thin quick. So it's going to be fun, man. I just want to see them compete. I want to see some of these guys that maybe haven't played as many reps and maybe aren't going to have to play a ton of reps in the season. I want to see how they respond. I want to see how they handle it. Just see them take and execute what we've done this spring. Not have a bunch of missed assignments. Guys that haven't had much opportunity that are going to get some opportunity, show that they know what to do, and just see them go have some fun and put on a good show for the crowd.
We heard Mickey.
And hopefully see a huge crowd there. We're going to have a ton of recruits there. We got a lot of former players coming back. We got a lot of families that are going to be here. This is a huge deal for these players, and that's one of the reasons that we went ahead and split the team, even though we're thin in some areas, because that's the only way you can create. I mean, it's just such a rare opportunity that you get a chance to really create a game environment, in practice. So this is a great opportunity for our quarterbacks. It's a great opportunity for some of the D linemen, especially these offensive linemen, every position, receivers, young DBs. I mean, for a guy like, Pride and Koval to be able to go out there in this environment and go play. A guy like Spector, who really hasn't played in front of a crowd in a long time. Some of our young specialists, and then again, some of those D linemen. I mean, it's a lot of reps coming for Cape Hart, a lot of reps coming for Peyton Page, a lot of reps coming for some of them young linemen, and it'll be fun.
I heard that Mickey's going to coach the white team. Who's coaching in orange, and what are you looking at?
Mike Reed is coaching. He is the orange team, and Kyle Richardson is the white team. So that's always fun. This is one of my funnest days because, I'll pick the head coaches, split the staff, and then they have to split their position, and they don't have a clue who they're coaching, so they have to split it as evenly as they possibly can, which is very interesting process. And then we kind of look at it and make sure we all agree and there's no trades or anything. I think we only had one trade this year that we had to kind of talk through, and then but once all that's separated, and you got two offenses and two defenses, then we kind of bring the head coaches up. Everybody accused Reed of having a loaded coin because you have the first coin toss, 2 out of 3. He won the coin toss, so then he gets first pick. So that means he can choose either offense or he can choose either defense. And it's always interesting to see who they're going to pick. And then I always make it well known who didn't get picked. And so he picked one of the defenses. So by default, Kyle Richardson gets the other defense. So I made sure they knew they were the default defense. And, oh, by the way, he didn't pick either offense either. So now it's Kyle's, since he got first pick and chose the defense, Kyle gets the first pick of an offense. So he picked his offense, and so by default, Reed got the other offense, and then we do another coin toss for the specialist. Reed won again, so he got first pick of the specialist. Then we do another coin toss for orange or white. Reed won again. He should have gone to Vegas today, and he chose orange. So and then we kind of reveal everything to the team and the team meeting today. It's always fun. It's always a fun day, and then. This day is a light day for us, in that we come out and we get some indie done, a little bit of group work, and then the last 2 periods we coach the team on how, what the expectations are for the summer. Because these guys, when we do, skills and drills is a big part of our development in the summer, and that's got to be player led. So we kind of coach them up on, again, what the expectations are, make sure the leaders understand what they need to do, and then we split the teams, and they get, I get out of the way and they get ready to play. They get their offense, defense, kicking game ready to go, and then we kind of come together. So this is it's always a good day. So a lot of fun and should be a great day. I think it's going to be a beautiful day in the Valley. And again, hopefully we have a great crowd and a good competitive game. Last year was a great game. That was turned out to be a heck of a game right there at the end. So it'll be fun.
Will Brandon call plays for both teams, or will
Kyle will call for one team, Street will call for one team, Mickey will call for one team, West will call for another team. I think that's always good too, to just challenge your staff in a different way. That's always a lot of fun. Then we're a little thin on a couple because Artavis has to be in a wedding that has been on the books for a long time. So I'm gonna have Bo and EJ coaching the receivers on one team because Bo's not gonna be able to play. He'll probably be able to play next week, but he's still not quite ready with his hammy. And then EJ, so they're going to be the receivers coaches. Davis Allen will coach the tight ends of one team. Kobe and Spiller will have backs on one team. Kobe and Ship will have the backs on the other team. So everybody's got a job to do. Everybody in the whole building is split up. You're either white or orange. And, we'll have some accountability points on the line for the winner. So it'll be fun.
Will it be hard keeping Christian Wilkins out of things?
That's going to be so. That's my next objective, which will be really interesting. So now tonight, I've got to call Christian. I have to text him the orange team and the white team, and then he gets first pick.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see who he picks. It'll be interesting, and then Austin gets the default, whoever Christian doesn't pick. So that'll be fun as well. And I think. Tim Beret told me a stat today. Leave it to Tim Beret. We're doing the pregame. He had a stat. He said if Christian Wilkins loses this game, he will have as many losses in the spring game as he had in his entire career at Clemson. So I'm sure that's a stat he wants to avoid.
Did you say one of the players got traded?
Yeah, we had to make a trade. Once we started talking through it and going through it, we realized, okay, well, because there's a couple guys, you're gonna get them to work and then limit them a little bit. So we had one little trade, but other than that, they did a really nice job of separating them. It's pretty even.
So how does the trade work? How does that work, though?
We just amongst boys and friends at that time, and we're just talking it through, and everybody good with this because at that point nobody knows who they have, nobody knows who they're coaching. It's just two defenses and two offenses. All right, are these two defenses good? And once I kind of talked through a couple things, then they decided they wanted to make one little trade there, but. Other than that, it was all good.
Phil Moffa play for both teams, or?
No, absolutely not. Moffa's on one team, and hey, y'all gonna learn who Dominique Thomas is, and Kevin McNeil, and Wise Seegers, and Tristan Rigby. You'll be trying to figure out who some of these guys are. You'll be looking through your roster. That'll be fun.
Coach Richardson said last week that y'all lost confidence in the passing game last season. You feel like you've gotten that back?
Yeah, I mean, not fully yet because we don't have everybody out here, but it's hard to be confident when your best players aren't out there. Just it is what it is, and then so we haven't forgotten how to throw and catch around here, but we had to grow through some tough challenges last year. Again, last 3+ games with 7 scholarship receivers out, and pretty much every game, you never knew who was going to be out there. It was an unbelievably challenging year. That's why when it's all said and done and you really kind of step back and remove yourself from the fray of it and you really evaluate that team and that season, unbelievable. That team overachieved. There's no question. That team had no business winning 10 games. And not only won 10 games, but were in it in every game. But that's the heart, that's the belief. And, there's a lot of silver linings that come with it too. I mean, if you'd have told me Bo and Dakari were going to start most of the games last year, or a good portion of the games, I'd have said, well, something bad has happened, and something bad happened. If you'd told me Will Swinney was going to start 3 games in the slot, I'd have dang sure said something bad happened. If you'd have told me that we were going to have 3 different centers and 7 offensive linemen, I mean, it was crazy, and most of it was one side of the ball. And we were fortunate there because defensively we were able to kind of keep us in some games and give us a chance. And then we had to get creative. It forced the coaches to have to really be creative because, we couldn't just stick with a plan. We had to really create and find ways to get a first down. And then we had to really coach in a way that we haven't had a chance to coach in a while. And the struggle makes you stronger. That's what I love about DJ, man. I mean, he's got some battle wounds. He's scarred up. He's a stronger more mature, better version of himself than we've ever seen, and that's going to serve us well. And we're going to be a team that I think has a deeper appreciation of what it looks like, what it takes, and I think that team last year really reset the appreciation on just winning. I mean, I told y'all, I think that locker room in Orlando might be the best locker room I've ever been in. And so just there's a lot of silver linings that come from last year. A guy like Marcus Tate and all the experience that he got, certainly the experience that DJ got, how the challenges that he had to go through and grow. Never pointed the finger, never blamed, never made excuses. Just kept his head down, just kept plowing forward. The experience that Bo and Dakari got. The experience of Brenny, just being able to get a little taste of it is exciting. The experience of a guy like Nate, what we were able to do with Trenton last year, I think he's just going to be at another level. Barrett Carter. I mean, there's so many silver linings that came from the season, and hopefully once we get back going in August, we get back to being a complete team, we'll have a chance to have all the confidence we need in every area that we need to win the game.
With all the guys that were out this spring, was this the most challenging spring for you guys as coaching staff?
I don't know if challenging. I mean, it was probably the thinnest we've ever had, and it's crazy. I mean, of the 20 guys that are out for spring, 2 are new injuries, and that's Adam Randall and Jay Lou. Jaden dove in shorts and